Yeah, a lot of people are either reluctant to buy a historic home or renovate a historic home because they're concerned about the energy costs. But basically, a historic home is no different than any other home. There's sort of this myth out there that you have to go with, totally new build. But actually, the National Trust for Historic Preservation has done yet another study that shows in most cases renovation, because the building materials are so much more energy efficient, actually costs less in the long run. So we've already heard about the value of retaining your original windows, restoring those in your doors. Some of the other common things are just, first of all, do an energy audit. And what that means is just many of our utility companies will come out and do a free energy audit for you. Where's the air escaping in your house? What else could you do with simple things like LED lighting, replacing light bulbs, all the things that we know we should be doing and sometimes drag our feet to get around to doing it. What I do want to talk about, especially here in Dayton for historic districts, is solar energy. About 3 years ago, we decided to install solar panels, and now we're at a break even on our utility bills, our electrical bills. What you do is, again, you go to the Landmarks Commission, and basically, as long as you and your solar company can provide the concept drawings that your solar panels are not visible from the street, you're good to go. We've had great success with our solar company. They're out of Athens, Ohio. They're the longest lived solar energy company in the 3-state area. And you can see from our house here that the solar panels are not visible at all. Most of, basically what you do is you provide a solar company your last year's utility bills. They do a Google Earth analysis of what the initial cost might be. They come out, they create the design. The one thing, the really good feedback we did get from the Landmarks Commission, our first concept drawings actually showed aluminum grids, and so that made the solar panels more visible. They recommended that the solar company use black grids, and that was actually less expensive for us. So we couldn't be happier than ever with solar energy that we've installed here at our historic home. So some other common sense things are just insulation. Insulate your attic, insulate your basement floor. Again, make sure you don't have air leaking in through your basement windows. Again, you can use caulking from the inside. You don't want to use that ugly yellow foam stuff on the outside. That looks terrible and would detract from the historic value of your home. Another simple thing is just passive energy. So if you have shades in your house, those are perfectly allowable depending on the period of your home. Good old-fashioned awnings still work, especially for some of the newer, more modern periods of homes. Also, Dayton has a great resource. We have a very high water table, so residential geothermal is another option in addition to solar. A lot of people are fearful of geothermal, but basically you put the pipe system in and you're using a heat pump. And now with the upcoming tax credits coming up for all of these energy saving investments, your payback is going to be even better than it was before. One other key thing is don't forget landscaping. Trees are one of the best carbon sequestration living beings we have out there, but they cool your house and make sure, lower your energy costs. So we're very lucky here to live with a shared green space, and you can see some of our old growth trees. So again, for historic neighborhoods, replacing those historic trees, making sure you've got your tree canopy intact, maintaining your trees. This tree here, when this house was renovated in the late 1980s, was about 3 inches in circumference. So you can see how quickly trees can grow and contribute to cooling your house. So bottom line, the greenest building you can have is one that's already built. Again, on our Preservation Dayton website, you can see these 8 tips for greening your historic home. And we also have a link to that seminal study that showed in virtually every case renovating a home or a building or a large apartment building is far more energy efficient, has a faster energy cost payback, and sequesters and saves carbon emissions.